Good morning, everybody. It's Kara, aka the Principal Painter, and this morning I have a video for you and I hope that it will be helpful. It is all about navigating destashes, okay? I know there are a lot of you that have already navigated destashes. There are some of you that don't want to or are completely afraid because you're afraid of a lot of things that I'll get into. And there are some of you that are new that may be going, I don't really even know what a destash is. Can you tell me what it is? So I know I've got that particular span as an audience, but this is how this video is going to go down. I'm going to show you some things that I have gotten personally on destashes and destash sites. You can get destashes from a lot of places. We're going to go to the painter dining room table, and I'm going to go into not only what I've gotten from destashes, or some of what I've gotten from destashes, but also how you can navigate the crazy world of destashing and get yourself some good finds. So let's head to the painter dining room table and I'll see you there. We are back at the painter dining room table. It has taken me a little bit to prepare this video, and I have typed out some notes. Well, I've typed out a lot of notes to share, so I wouldn't forget to tell you anything. So it is going to appear and be that I am reading to you, and I apologize for that. I don't want to insult anyone, but I just want to make sure that I let everyone know all of my thoughts regarding destashes. I'm going to start this video with a bit of a disclaimer. This is the disclaimer. This video is not to price or purchase shame anyone. I have both bought and sold items via destash, and I get it. The purpose of this video is to inform and to give you tools to successfully navigate the destash world, and also be a good seller and be a good customer. Destashes can be nerve-wracking to both the customer and the seller, and it's my hope that these suggestions will help with that process. The only people I will call out here and be shaming are the scammers. And let's just call those people what they are. They are thieves who either steal money or diamond paintings. There is no place in this process or anywhere in this community for scammers. I don't deal well with stealers, thieves, or liars. If anyone watching has participated in that process, you got two choices, or I'm asking you to do one of two things. Either change your ways and go back and apologize and replace what was stolen, because that's what happened. Money got stolen or a painting got stolen, or just leave the community. These people work too hard for their money. They save up for paintings like this. There are also sellers that are destashing paintings for different financial reasons and needs. And they don't need people that are going to take their paintings, and people don't need people that take their money either. So that's the only call out I've got in this video. And I think everyone, 100% of you watching, are going to agree with that. All right, let's move on to the positives, shall we? All right, so I've got some paintings here, and these have all been purchased from destashes. I personally have had good luck with both buying and selling in destashes. I've only sold a couple of paintings through destashes. I have purchased many more, and I have been very lucky. I've not dealt with any dishonesty, thievery, whatever. And obviously, I'm going to send you a painting if I sell it to you. But there are also other ways to get destash items, okay? First of all, as most of you know, I am planning and on a committee for a retreat, Crafter's Paradise. It's happening this weekend. I'm so excited. I'm also a little nervous. I've got a lot to do after this video. But when you go to retreats, that's a good place to find destashes. Now, for those of you going, you know what? I'm probably not ever going to get to a retreat, or, you know, my social anxiety does not allow me to get out and do those types of things. What can I do? People actually bring things. I've got a ton of paintings that are actually in my front hallway that I'm taking to this retreat to destash. And it's basically, you put it on a destash table and it's free. There are also people that bring paintings to sell at retreats, and you pay them the money and you get the painting, and that's that. So I've done both things at retreats as well as destash sites and other venues. But There are also other things that you can get besides paintings through Destash. You can get these items also through Destash sites, but I wanted to share this with you because the world is your oyster, okay? So and I got these two well, I have several things in this box, but the first thing I wanted to share with you is this. I think Mindy brought this, Mindy and Mindy's Diamond Moment brought this to the last retreat, and I took it, and it's storage. And when you're looking at Destash items, it's very easy to get caught up in the, oh my gosh, it's free, let me take a ton of stuff. Well, you have to take that home and you have to store it. So use some, just try to rein yourself in a little bit, because we have so many diamond paintings and so many diamond painting accessories that it's easy to get carried away. But this I saw and I thought, so I use Art Dot storage drawers with the little vials that with the screw top lids to store all of my sparklers from DP with Sparklers. Well, I have started purchasing, and Tina has started offering more specialized sparklers like slivers, sliverettes, quad cubes, half pearls, all those types of things that you can definitely, well, you put them on your diamond paintings, but they're just special, even more special or more unique type of sparklers than your regular ABs, crystals, that type of thing, okay? Not that they're not all special, don't want to insult any sparkler. However, because my collection of those specialized sparklers is getting large, I got this and brought it home. And what I'm planning on doing is these are filled with 7 times 35 small Tic Tac containers per drawer. So you have 140 of these containers that you can put your specialty drills in. And for the most part, when you're looking at those special quad cubes, half pearls, what have you, the bags are not as full with them as they are regular sparklers, metallics, all those things. So those specialty type drills fit very nicely in these Tic Tac containers. I am not a huge fan of skinny Tic Tac containers, but I thought that they would be useful. And so I picked this up and I got it for free off of a Destash table. So I believe it was Mindy. So thank you, Mindy. That's what I'm gonna do with this. So I had a specific purpose in mind when I grabbed that, okay? These I got at our most recent retreat, Mingle in the Mitten. These are, and guys, I just want to share with you, just because someone is getting rid of something in a Destash does not make it inferior quality, doesn't mean it's not a good product. It just means they can't use it. Diamond painting is a highly, highly personal process. People like what they like in the way of pens, in the way of trays, all that type of thing, but we like to try different things to see if something works better or whatnot, and we find some things that don't work for us but may work for someone else. So don't just think that because someone's destashing something, or I'm gonna show you cat-proof trays. There are so many people that love cat-proof trays. Doesn't mean cat-proof trays are bad in any way, shape, or form, because I grabbed them all because I'd heard how great they were, but a person at the retreat just thought that they weren't for them, okay? So everybody likes different trays, pens, and whatnot. So I wanted to say that as well. So I picked up 4 cat-proof trays. I don't have any cat-proof trays. And so I got these from someone at the retreat, and they're 4 different sizes. Look at that long one. These are great, and the reason they're cat-proof is because they've got these lids that kind of seal the top. So if you look, she's got little kitty cat confetti in the bottom of it, but they seal the top so that if your cat jumps on your table, or any animal you may have, and they tump it over, the lid stays on so your drills don't go flying everywhere. And also because this lid is on the top, it keeps cat hair and gunk from getting in your drills. So I got 4 different sizes of those. Those were free. And I also got some pens. My deal with pens, and again, diamond painting is highly personal. My deal with pens is not so much the design as the weight. I need a light pen. that I can easily flip. I'm a pen flipper. So if you get me a light pen, it doesn't really matter to me where the grooves are. I can handle just about anything as long as they are light. If they're too heavy, my hand will fatigue and I will not use the pen. I've had to get rid of several pens that other people have used, again, destash them, that were right for them, but not right for me. So I got these 3 beautiful pens on, again, someone just had these at the retreat and was destashing them. And they're absolutely beautiful and they're light and I loved the design. And this person had an entire like bag of pens and there were so many beautiful ones, but this is another reason why we use self-restraint. We're polite to others. So I grabbed 3 of the pens that I really loved and I thought, okay, I've got to stop and give someone else a chance to grab some pens that they might like. So free. So retreats are a great place. Now, if you can't make a retreat, financially can't make a retreat or just, retreats aren't your bag or you're a little nervous about retreats, find a friend that may be going and they might be able to find some destash items for you. So these were free. Destashes at retreats fall into 2 categories. There's a table with free destash items and then a table with items that the person is charging for. Okay, so how to be a good an informed consumer, shopper, or seller. First of all, you're going to ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want. If you're buying a painting and you're putting out money for a painting, you can ask the seller what you need in order to make you feel good about purchasing from them. Go to vetted destash sites, okay? Meaning that the moderators and administrators on that destash site vet their people, okay? They ask questions, they make sure that these people, they do some background checking. And if these people have been kicked off other sites for doing some things that are not quite honest, they're not allowed in the group. That's the kind of group that you want to be in. And there are several great destash groups that are on Facebook. Those are the groups I go to. I'm sure there are others on other social media platforms. But make sure that you ask questions and go to vetted sites. Communicate also what you're looking for to your friends. Communication is the key here. So on these destash sites, not only are people telling you what they have for sale, there are also people that do ISO. ISO stands for in search of, okay? I've got some acronyms to share with you at the end of this video, but I was searching for this and I swear I got this canvas and I couldn't believe I got it. I got it from a dear friend. I bought it. And this was one of my unicorns, and we all have unicorns that we're looking for. And because people knew that I was looking for this. Now, I'm a YouTube creator. Yes, it's much easier for me to get my message out to more people, but use your social media platforms. A lot of these destash sites will let you go in and do in search of posts where you can say, I'm in search of this painting. Does anyone have it at a reasonable price? You can do that. But I was in search of this and I got it. And I'm so thankful that I did. This is a big one. I opened it up and I could not believe I was looking at it. This is Angel of Justice from Craftably. And again, the person that I got this from is a dear friend of mine. So, was a trusted exchange. This is the first one I want to share with you. So this is one in my stash. I've got to get her done, but isn't she gorgeous? Dakota Dateweiler, you know, she's my favorite. And, I'm so thankful and blessed that I got this. But again, I got it from a friend. And when you are interacting with friends, there's some things that you can think about also. There's trades you can make. Not only can you buy them, but if you're dealing with friends or acquaintances, you can trade. Sue Layden and I are famous for trading paintings. I have this one. I want this one. Oh, I have it. Let's trade. I want that one. So you can just trade, and it's, you're mailing them to each other, and that's what happens. So get out there and communicate with people what you're looking for. You may be surprised at how helpful people are to you. Diamond painters love the hunt. We love the hunt. We love to find things. And once we know that a person is looking for something, we will look for it for you. Diamond painters are also very, very helpful. So anyway, I've talked about friends, crafting groups, and retreats to find Destash items. We will hunt with you, okay? When you're looking at Destash sites, you need to look for the following information. People will post paintings that they're destashing. You need to look for the following information. If they don't have this information, you're buying it at your own risk. You need a clear photo of the actual painting or item being sold. Don't take a stock picture of it, because anybody can go online, take a stock picture and say, oh, I have this painting, and they may not, okay? So an actual clear photo of the item being sold, okay? A note clearly visible in the picture with the person's first and last name and a date. The date on the note needs to be within 2 weeks of the date you're looking at it. If it's over 2 weeks, that person needs to update that note. Okay, do not have them retake a picture with a current note on it. Okay, ask for additional pictures if you need it. These people are selling. They're willing to accommodate you, and if they're not willing to accommodate you, bells and whistles should be going off in your head. Okay. All right, so this is my first Destash painting. See what I'm doing here? I'm multitasking. So let me roll up Angel of Justice. And thank you to the sweet, dear person that made it possible for me to have this unicorn. I did purchase Eden from Dakota Dateweiler off of a Destash as well. I did not know the person, fortunately. She was an amazing woman. I don't have Eden because Eden is at my father's currently. But I was able to get Eden from her. I bought Eden from her. So it was a very good process. Okay. Response time is critical. Okay. If the person is not being responsive to you, I would not finalize a sale with that person. If the person selling does not respond to you within 24 to 48 hours, beware. And I'll use this as an example. I had 1,300 kids at my junior high and their parents. And I would respond via phone call or email within 24 to 48 hours. That was my expectation of my staff and myself. So somebody selling a diamond painting needs to be responsive to you and be open to dialoguing about the sale. I have always found that, again, the great sellers are responsive. And if you're selling an item, you're going to be online and you're going to be checking it. When I sold a couple of items online, I was online pretty much every day checking to see if anybody had any questions or, how I could help. So anyhow, 24 to 48 hours should be the expectation. Again, when you list something for sale, you'll probably be checking the status of the item daily. All right, you're gonna see a theme here, I promise. My next painting I got from Destash, Rapunzel from Hannah Lynn. Oh, I just, look at her hair. I just love it, love it, love it, love it. These are some that I got more recently on Destash, okay? All right, here is something to think about when you are purchasing from a Destash. When you have claimed an item, most of the time you claim, I would like this item, and then you send them a private message of some sort. Once you claim an item from a Destasher, pay them promptly. Many people are afraid to Destash due to people claiming items and then asking for holds, not responding. And it's a complete pain. That's the reason why I don't do much destashing. It's just a pain. Also, if you can't afford it, don't claim it, okay? You're taking it off the market. It's not good for the seller. It's not good for anybody. Oh, I just need 2 or 3 more days, and then 2 or 3 more days happen and something else happens. If you can't afford it at that moment, do not claim it, okay? Again, only make online purchases with PayPal goods and services. Now, I know some sellers take Venmo. I don't know if there's a protected feature on Venmo. I'm familiar with PayPal, I'm familiar with Venmo, but I'm only familiar with PayPal Goods and Services. PayPal Goods and Services protect both the buyer and the seller in case something goes wrong, so you can get your money back and your money is a little bit more protected. You do pay a fee, but again, it's for that added protection, okay? The seller should mail your items to you promptly and provide you with a tracking number, all right? So these items that I got, and I did not know the people that I got these items from, I got a tracking number immediately. They were constantly messaging me, have you gotten it yet? I need to know when you get it. I want to make sure you have it. They were very responsive sellers, which I appreciated. If in any transaction you're about to make, before you lay money down, or sellers, before you mail off a painting, if there are bells and whistles going off in your head, I'm telling you, walk away. I would rather lose a painting, and a painting I really wanted, rather than lose my money. Or as a seller, be needing the money for something important in your life, send off the painting and the person doesn't pay you, or there's something shady going on. So if there are bells and sirens going off in your head about, I don't know, I would just not let the deal go through. I would rather lose the painting than lose the money, okay? Just be careful. You're totally in control of this process as a consumer. Once again, communication is key. If you want to know about the seller, ask other people. Have you heard of this seller? Are they good sellers? Have you had experience with them? On a lot of sites too, which is very helpful to me, people will post, hey, thank you so-and-so for sending me this painting. It was a great experience. And you've got those names, but ask around and make sure. You can even reach out to the admin or the moderators of a Destash group if you just want to know about a particular seller and their track record, okay? It's better to take the time and lose a painting rather than lose your money. Also, sellers. This is a video for both buyers and sellers. Sellers, do not put a painting in the mail without payment. They need to pay you first. You need to have that money in your account before you mail off your painting. Don't do it without it, okay? Again, it's for protection for everybody, okay? So that is Rapunzel. I just love her. Okay, I started off with the two big paintings that I've got. All right. Let's move along to a smaller painting. I looked at this one so many times, and it kept coming up and kept coming up. And I don't know why I didn't get it when Diamond Art Club originally put it out. I loved it. But finally it came up and I just thought, okay, the time is right. I need this one. This one, Queen of the Snow Fairies from Erica the Goober. Can you imagine what sparklers are gonna look like on this baby? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do it. Okay. Let's say I'm in search of this. I was in search of Queen of the Snow Fairies and I post an ISO. See, you're learning some acronyms here if you don't know them. ISO, in search of. I'm in search of Queen of the Snow Fairies. It is very rude and also causes trouble for you to hijack an in search of post. Meaning, if I had posted, I'm in search of Queen of the Snow Fairies from Erica the Goober, and you put in the comments, well, I'm in search of it too. Okay, then the seller is looking at two different people going, okay, they both want it. If you want an item, make your own in search of post, okay? It's kind of Destash etiquette. This is one of the things. It's just rude to hijack other people's in search of posts. So just, if you want it, create your own post. Don't put in the comments, I also am in search of it, or I also want it, okay? That's called hijacking. Don't do that. Let's talk prices, okay? On some of these, I have passed on some things because I just wasn't willing to pay the price, and that is okay. People it's completely up to the person selling what they price their item at. It is also completely up to the consumer what they're willing to pay. Complaining about prices in the comments is unnecessary and creates drama. Don't do it. Just scroll on by. There are many personal reasons why people sell paintings at the prices they do. Also, it is only natural to expect to pay higher prices for archived or discontinued kits, as this is the case in any collectible market. If you've got one-of-a-kind things, I used to collect Snow Village. I collected a lot of stuff. You're going to pay more for things that have been discontinued because you can't find it, and it does drive the price up. We are collectors. These are now they're collectors items because some of them you can't get anymore. So if you are looking for one that's archived, discontinued, like Angel of Justice, you can't find it anymore. I knew I was going to pay more than retail for that. You just expect it, okay? Now, how much over retail you pay, that is totally up to you, okay? Let's see. I've seen many hard to get and some not so hard to get paintings selling for crazy prices. Have a price threshold and stick to it. What's the highest price you're willing to pay for that painting that's in your budget, that you're going to be willing to pay some more money for it up and above retail, but have a threshold. I'm not paying more than $200 for this painting or $150 for this painting. If it comes up at $175, you're not paying it, and you have to stick to that, okay? Don't go broke and have your electricity turned off because you spent too much on a diamond painting. That's not what we want here, okay? I have a suggestion. If you this is really important. If you have I'm just putting this out here into the universe because I feel like it's important. We talk about supporting our artists. Erica the Goober created this, okay? Hannah Lynn has created many in my stack. Dakota Dateweiler they create art, okay? And the art is turned into diamond paintings. If you have the disposable income, I'm gonna put this away while I'm talking to you. If you have the disposable income, and I'm just asking you to consider this, the disposable income enough to pay $300 or $400 for a diamond painting, consider contacting the artists themselves and seeing what they can do for you for that amount of money. What's going to happen is you probably are going to get an original piece of art that is only for you. It's one of a kind. Nobody else is ever going to have that piece of art, and it supports the artists. I love Destashes, obviously. I've purchased a lot, but Destashes do not support the artist or the company that has produced the diamond painting. It is supporting the seller, okay? That's the reason why, remember, warranties are void. When you buy from somebody else like this, something happens to the drills or the canvas, it's on you, okay? So remember that, and I think it's that way with any company. But consider supporting the artist. Go to the artist and say, hey, I've got $300. I really wanted this diamond painting, but what can you do for me for $300? You may end up, again, with a one-of-a-kind piece of art, and that is a win-win for everybody. It supports the artist, and you get a beautiful piece for your home, okay? Here's my next one, T. Rose Ferry. T. Rose Ferry brings up another point. When you purchase from Destash sites, you have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. What you need when you purchase a canvas is obviously the canvas and the drills and an inventory sheet, okay? They may not have packaged the painting exactly like you do. You're buying it from a Destash. Remember, that's okay. The person that sold this, I bought two from this person. She took her logbook sticker and she put it on the end of her boxes. That is how she stores her paintings. I don't store my paintings like that, but you know what? I got this from a Destash, so that's okay. Actually, I kind of like that. That is okay. You just have to be flexible. Toolkits, again, it is up to you as the consumer whether a toolkit is going to make or break a deal. If the seller doesn't have a toolkit, but it is your unicorn, I'm sorry guys, I'd go without the dang toolkit, but that's just me. If a toolkit's going to make or break the sale, okay, that's your call as the consumer. It's a no sale. Okay, so you have to decide what's going to make or break. And also, obviously, a lot of the kits you're going to get on Destash will be open. You know, they want to see it. It's going to be open, and that is okay too. As long as my canvas is good and my drills are good, and that's my whole thing. My canvas and my drills are good, and all together, I'm a happy girl if I want the painting. Okay. You know, again, that's why it's important to ask questions. Is it a square? Is it round? Most of the time, it will be in the description, but sometimes it's not. So read the description on what the seller is selling. And if it's not there and you need to know, ask questions. They should be happy to answer your questions, okay? It's so easy to get caught up in FOMO, fear of missing out. You see these beautiful paintings, okay? We know that Hannah Lynn's contract is up with Diamond Art Club, so people have been destashing a lot of Hannah Lynn's. It's easy to get caught up in fear of missing out. I urge you to take a breath. There have been so many Hannah Lynn's that I have passed up on. I've gotten, you know, when I've had the money, when the time was right, if it was one I really, really have been waiting on or what have you, I've gotten it. Here is my next painting. Yay, it's Ray. I loved her. I love the hair over her eye. I think it's so beautiful, and she's ready to go. She's a mermaid, and she's at the beach. She looks like a surfer girl mermaid, so I just loved her. So don't get caught up in FOMO, fear of missing out. Take a breath and assess your finances and why you want the painting so badly. I've seen so many examples of a painting going out of stock, and I know it's hard, guys, because when it goes out of stock, we're wondering, oh my gosh, is it going to get archived? I don't know if it's going to get archived. And I know all of that spins around in our head, but we all know our personal budgets. We all know what we can afford and can't afford, okay? But don't get caught up in FOMO, fear of missing out. I've seen so many examples of painting going out of stock, people paying crazy prices for said painting on a Destash, only to have it come back in stock for the original price. So, you know, that is no bueno when that happens, okay? So this is Ray. This is another one that I got. I got Ray with T. Rose Fairy. Thank you so much. I'm trying to keep sellers confidential here. We don't need to name names. All right, my next one that I got, what is this one? Hang on. Okay. I'm trying to put this on the chair beside me without them falling off. All right, there's a lot going on behind the scenes here. Okay, what is this one? Ah, this one I got from my friend. Well, I've already talked about Sue and how we trade sometimes. So Sue brought me this one to the retreat. She was destashing it. You guys know how much I love Alice in Wonderland. This is Alice in the White Rabbit House by Simona Candini. I loved it. I've got one, actually I've got two to trade with Sue from this one. So yeah, Sue and I have fun trading. So find a friend. Y'all can, you know, people, it's a great way to maybe destash a kit you won't do and get one that you will. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to, talk to you now about abbreviations. And there have been several people that have said, hey, Kara, I'm so embarrassed to ask this, but I don't understand what this means. So I have some abbreviations. I've already given you one abbreviation, ISO. If you see the abbreviation ISO, that's in search of. I'm in search of this painting, okay? There are some other ones though, and I thought it might be a little humorous. You know, if you don't laugh, you cry. So I thought I'd add a little humor to the end of this video. All right, I'm gonna roll up Alice in the White Rabbit House. I just love her and her cute little shoes with the bows on them. Ah, okay. So some common acronyms. You know, we have acronyms and things that we use in the diamond painting world. It kind of reminds me of, we called it educanese when I was a teacher and a principal. Don't speak educanese to the parents because they don't know what you're talking about. Use plain language. So ISO, whoops, I already dropped one. That's okay, I'll get it. ISO is in search of. But for some humor, I came up with some things that you might have thought that the acronym stood for, but it doesn't stand for that. So ISO, I already told you, it stands for in search of. I thought it might have stood for I'm so outraged, but no. Anyway. All right. TIA. TIA does not stand for this is asinine. TIA stands for thanks in advance. Okay? It took me a little bit to get that one, and I was able to tell somebody else, and I felt so smart. So TIA, thanks in advance. Cross-posted, you'll see that a lot, cross-posted. What that means is the seller has the paintings posted in several groups at the same time. So if you want that painting, it's probably advantageous to jump on it quickly. All right, here's my next one. Oh, would you not guess it's a Hannah Lynn? Yeah, I have been grabbing some Hannah Lynns lately. This is an old school Hannah Lynn. This is Sasha and Jet. Oh my gosh. Am I saying? Yes, Sasha and Jet's a 55 by 77. And does it say on here if it's round or square? Oh well, you're just looking at the canvas. Anyway, isn't she beautiful? Yeah, this is an old school Hannah Lynn from back when I started diamond painting. Okay, so we've got in search of, thanks in advance, and cross-posted, okay? NIL. NIL does not stand for not interested, loser. It stands for next in line, okay? So if someone claims, I want Sasha and Jet, someone may comment under them NIL. That means I want to be next in line if the person decides they don't want it or the sale falls through or whatnot, okay? So just remember those. Those are the most common ones used. ISO in search of, TIA thanks in advance, cross-posted, and NIL, okay? Also, some sellers put down things like smoke-free, pet-free home. Some sellers don't. If cigarette smoke bugs you, if you are allergic to cats or dogs, you need to ask that as a consumer, and the seller should be able to tell you honestly if the painting is coming from a smoker's home or a home with pets, okay? Because again, you don't want to, activate your allergies, okay? Also, sites, there are diamond paintings on sites like Mercari and eBay. They don't require handwritten notes, and they have their own policies to protect the consumers and the sellers. So just know that those policies and procedures can change from site to site, okay? So that's another thing to know as you're navigating. So we're gonna say goodbye to Sasha and Jet, and I'll show you my last one. Oh, yes, I have been trying, and fortunately for me, the sellers have been super nice. The prices have been really good, and I've had to wait on some and say no because, I wasn't going to pay some of the prices, and I didn't need to pay some of the prices. Marlon is back there going, no, you didn't need to pay the prices. So, and also, I just want to say thank you to the sellers that just are so good to us and are honest, and I've had nothing but good experiences with Destashes. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the last Hannah Lynn. I got a lot of Hannah Lynns, I didn't realize it. Here is the last one. I did not know that I was gonna love this one so much, but you know what got me? The tiger. And my bestie Brandy, Mystery of Diamonds, was doing this one, and she got this tiger's face done, and I was like, I must have that. I love all of Hannah Lynn's girls, obviously, but this tiger's face just got me, and I was like, oh. And so someone had it for sale at a reasonable price, and I got it. So, yeah. So I think those are all of my notes on Destashes. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, please leave them in the comment section, but be kind, okay? We're not gonna talk about our horrible experiences with so-and-so. I'm not gonna put that, I'm not gonna have that on the channel. But if you have questions concerning Destashes, if you want to know anything about particular Destash sites, I may be able to tell you, I may not. I'm only involved with a couple of Destash sites on Facebook and have had great luck. But just remember, have a threshold, have a budget that you're willing to spend. Don't go above the budget. You know, you don't want to put your household in disarray by paying more than you are willing to spend. Ask questions. Ask any questions that you want. The seller should be able to tell you any information that you need, and vice versa. Sellers, if you're selling, you should be able to ask the buyer any questions you want as well, okay? And please, again, one more time, sellers, do not put an item in the mail without payment. Don't do it, okay? All right, that is what I've got for you. So I hope you enjoyed kind of going through my Destash stash that I have. Like I said, I have a couple of others, but they're in storage and I didn't want to take the time to go get it. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. And I hope you'll consider subscribing. We'd love to have you in the Painter household. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and let me know if this was helpful. It's always helpful to get feedback. So I will have a great and happy Saturday. We're filming the night before, sorry. Have a great and happy Saturday as you're watching this, and I'll leave you with this. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. This is the Principal Painter, and I am signing off.